J.C. Jackson cost the San Diego-Los Angeles Chargers $40 million guaranteed money, an $82 million contract, and now he's gone for the year. He had a really bad season. We posed the question last week on our podcast, did the Chargers make a mistake signing this guy who played a very different defense, press coverage in New England, and trying to convert him into man coverage and zone coverage schemes that are very complicated here with the Chargers? Big issue. He's played really poorly, and now he's hurt. And it was a devastating injury. He went up to try to deflect or intercept the pass in the end zone. He came down hard, leg twisted, dislocated kneecap, torn patella tendon right at the point it meets the quad. Very severe injury. Sports medicine people's quote, torn patella at the quad is as serious a knee injury as you can have. 50% of the NFL players who have had this injury, John, have never come back. Of the other 50% who've come back, only 50% of that 50% have been able to come back and play at a decent level. And the rehab from this is 10 to 12 months if there's no setbacks. This is a terrible blow to this kid who made himself a really great defensive back with the Patriots. Terrible blow to the Chargers because they're on the hook for $40 million guaranteed. And we don't know. It might be a year to this week before we'll know whether or not he's ready to play. It was a fluke injury. It's a horrific knee injury. Just bad dose of news. And for the Chargers, they just got bad news piling on top bad news with all the injuries on this roster.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gotten overwhelming for them. And, some people say, it's a curse, right, that follows the franchise around. But, I mean, I wish no ill will on this young man, but it's been just an all-around disappointment for everyone involved.
Tell you what, they're in a bye week this week, and now they move into a tougher aspect of the schedule. And they're sitting there at 4-3, and they can't run the football. They've not defended very consistently. Justin Herbert is still playing hurt, although he's gutting it out. He's not the quarterback that he was prior to the rib injuries. And you add into that, no left tackle. Center has a chronic knee. No Joey Bosa at defensive end for maybe another 6 to 8 weeks coming off that groin surgery. And now you lose J.C. Jackson, and they have a whole host of other nagging injuries, including the loss of their trusted kicker, Dustin Hopkins. That's an awful lot of guys not to be on the field wrapped around Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he's got no one to throw to. I mean, we got to go back and get Tony Martin, off the list from our retired list and bring him in because this whole team seems to be disintegrating right in front of us.
Yeah, and I failed to mention Keenan Allen has been out forever with a hamstring. Now Mike Williams has a significant high ankle sprain. And they've lost not only 1 and 2, they lost their third receiver and their fourth receiver. Josh Palmer's hurt with a hip, and Jalen Guyton's gone for the year with a knee. That's 4 receivers. I mean, what they've got is volunteers off the street corner. So this is a tough road to hoe, and they start playing real people. I'm talking about the Aaron Rodgers of the world coming up in the next couple of weeks. So real tough news for the Chargers. Let's